Hello out there, my name is Benjamin and thank you so much for joining me in the studios of Blaben Solutions. In today's video, I will be teaching you how to design a simple restaurant flyer, something like this. But as I always do it, before we begin, let me use this opportunity to say a very big thanks to you for clicking this video. If you are new here, please do well to subscribe to the channel and also make sure to check the bell icon so as to be updated whenever I release a new video. If you've already done so, thank you so much. If you're already a part of this family, thank you for joining us here once again. Without any much ado, let's get started. So first of all, my Photoshop, this is the interface of my Photoshop application. So what we'll do first is we'll go to the file, click on it, and we'll create a new canvas area where we will be working on. So in here, I'm going to name this burger flyer, and with the size, I'm going to change this to with the preset. I wouldn't do a custom size. I'm going to maintain, but I'm going to choose the normal standard size, which is A5 size, right? So you come to the preset and you click on international paper, then you click on the size, then you choose the A5 size. That is if you want to go by my dimension. Okay, so when we are done with everything, that is it here. So just click OK. So this is what we have. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a gradient fill on top of this, and to do that I'm going to create a new layer on top of this. Then I'll go and choose my gradient fill like this, and there you have it. So this is like, I'm going to change this color to something like this, and I'm going to increase the size a bit. Let's see the color of this. So it is, the hexa code for this is F1C555. that is the hexa code for this, and the hexa code for this as well is white, so 6F, that is it. So when you're done, just click OK. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to hold and drag this here like this, and I should have something like this, I think. So let me reduce the size by pressing Ctrl- to zoom out. Then I'm going to do this rather to get a better view of it. So I'm going to maintain this, then I'm going to zoom out by pressing Ctrl+ on my keyboard, and that is it. So I'm going to select the move tool again, so that I can move this up and about, right? Okay, so I'm going to undo this, Ctrl+Z to undo that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import my image, and these are my resources that I'll be working with. These are the resources that I'll be working with. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to import this image in here. So I'm going to hold this and I'm going to drag it here, and I will leave it here this way. So I'm going to rescale it, I'm going to resize it. So make sure you hold on to your shift key on your keyboard, hold and drag this so as to have the size scaled, as in to have a proportionate size of your object. So I'm going to enlarge it a bit. I think this is okay. Then I'm going to hit enter, something like this. So I'm going to press Ctrl+A with my burger image selected in the layers panel. I'm going to press Ctrl+A, and with the Ctrl+A, when you come into the option bar here, we can align the burger to the center, right? So it is now aligned to the center. You can see, if you didn't see what happened, I'm going to move this, sorry, So Control Z, Control D to deselect. So I'm going to move this here like this. I'm going to press Control A and I'm going to align this to the center, and you see that is it, right? That is it. Okay, so that is what we have. Then we're going to come to the select here and going to press deselect or Control D for the shortcut. So I'll be shifting the burger up a bit. And the next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to create another layer on top of the burger, and I would create a brush. Yeah, so with my brush, with my brush tool selected, I'm going to create a brush in here. So I'm going to increase the size of the brush by pressing the box bracket on my keyboard. So I increase this a bit, and I'm going to change the color in here. So just double tap in here. I'm going to change the color to something like black, right? Black. And so when I come in here like this, I'm just going to draw something like draw, and I just did 3 times, and I think this is okay. Or let me add one more. All right, so this is okay. And when you're done, just select somewhere like this, and now we can work with this layer. So press Ctrl T on your keyboard to have control over it, so that we can scale this and give it a nice shadow. So I'm going to do this like this, and I'm going to do this. Then I'll shift this here like this. Let me enlarge this a bit. So I'm going to center this here. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter, and there you go. I'm going to reduce the opacity a bit. So let me say, I think 70% is okay. So 70% is okay. So I've reduced the opacity, and this serves as a shadow. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my text layer, which says the best burger food service. So I'm going to select my type tool in here like this, and I'm going to click anywhere, and we begin to type, right? So the best, sorry about that, I'm going to change I have to change the font type. So I'll come in here, and I'll be using a font name Mirai Pro. That is it, Mirai Pro. So I'm going to type in the best. Then I'll come on to the next line, and I'm going to type burger. Then I'll come on to the next line, and I'm going to type fast. Sorry, did I say fast? Food. Sorry, food service. So whilst I'm done typing in here, I'm going to select my move tool so that I do the necessary modifications to this. So with the best type text selected, I'll come on to the character panel in here. If you can't find the character panel amongst the panel list, don't be scared. Just come on to the Windows tab here like this and click on it. You see character, and just click on character, and boom, your character panel or icon will appear, so that you can do modifications to your text. So in here I will maintain the font type, and I'm going to make everything caps in here like this, and I'll reduce the size to about 18, I think, right? Then I'm done. If I'm done with the best, so I'll move on to the burger, and I'm going to use a font type with this vertical insert. What is happening, guys? Okay, so I'm going to search for vertical insert. I don't know what happened to my. Alright, so vertical. So that is how vertical insertion. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to turn the caps on as well for this, and I will shift this here a bit. Good. And I'm going to work with food service, and I'm going to use a font name Miraculous Christmas. So that is the name of the font, Miraculous Christmas, and I'm going to ship this to this portion. So now that I have this ready, I'm going to group all of the three. So come on to the layers panel in here. With the first test selected, hold on to shift and select the last, and we'll select everything. Control J on your keyboard will group them. So with this, they are all under one group, and I can move everything just by clicking. So I'm going to shift and put this here this way, but before, let me reduce the size. Good. So hit enter, and there you have it. Good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do more typing in here, and I'm going to select my type tool, and in here now I'm going to type buy one get one free. So buy one get one free plus free drink, right? Yeah. And with that, I can assure you that you wouldn't have to wait long. In fact, there is no waiting at all, right? So with my move to selected, I'm going to hold and move this in here, and I'm going to scale this to size 12. I think size 12 is too small, so let me make it size 14, I guess. We'll do, sorry, I didn't choose, so size 14 is okay. So buy one get one free. So let me tidy up the layers panel. So with my burger selected and its shadow, I'm going to group this, Control J again to group this. So we can name this BURGER, burger, and this, let me say, logo, right? So we have this working nicely. So I can move this up a bit. Good. So buy one get one free. And mind you, we also do home delivery, so free home deliveries starting from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to select my type tool again, but I'm going to duplicate this free drink. So to do that, make sure you selected that on your layers panel and press Ctrl J to duplicate it. Hold the navigational keys on your keyboard and press to release it from the other one. Then when you come into the layers panel here, your T, just come and double tap the T like this, and you can make edits to this. So let's edit this free home delivery from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to reduce the size of this to 12, I guess. Good. So I'm going to group this as well. Ctrl G to group them as well. Again, more typing in here. We're going to do more typing in here, and so I'm going to fast forward this portion, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around and welcome back. So right now what I'm going to do next is, now we are done with the typing, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to import another image, and to do that I'm going to come to my Explorer, and I'm going to File Explorer, and I'm going to hold and drag this to Photoshop, and I'm going to place this here like this, and I like how it is actually, so I'm just going to hold and I'm going to drag this onto the corner side of this, and I'm going to leave it here like this, and you have something like this. So I'm just going to hit enter, and there you have it. Alright guys, so the next and final thing that I want to do here is I'm done. Okay, so I wanted to place a background image of the same beggar here, and let me do that so you have a view of how it looks like. So I'm going to drag this and I'm going to bring it onto Photoshop like this. I'm going to place this here. So I'll bring this here like this, and I'm going to enlarge this so big that it will fill up every part of it, and I'm going to hit enter. So what I'm going to do is because this layer is on top of all the layers, that is why it is covering most of everything that we are seeing on the canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this and I'm going to drag this down so that all the other things will be on top of it and it will be beneath them, right? So I'm going to reduce the opacity of this, and I'm going to reduce this to, let me say, 20. Alright, I think 20 is okay. So like something like this is okay, and I think we're good to go. I think something like this is okay. And alright guys, this brings us to the end of today's wonderful video tutorial. I believe you enjoyed yourself and you also learned a lot in here. If you did, please don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, and also make sure to check the bell icon so as to be notified whenever we release new videos for you. Also do well to like, share, and let me know your thoughts about this video in the comment box below. Until I come your way next time, it is still Blaben Solutions, and see you in the next video. I'm out.